Habarima Africa. So the full interview of Julius Malema, interviewed by the national spokesperson Leanne on the EFF YouTube page, has dropped. Now I want to speak about 2 points that I took away from this interview. I did break down the preview that they gave us last week, but now I want to go into 2 points that I feel like if we miss these points, we are going to have a problem of identifying with the EFF going forward. This is what I want you guys to understand. The first point is how Julius Malema felt about EFF leadership that knew about the departure of Floyd Shivambu and never told him. After that interview of Floyd with SABC, Julius Malema actually called his leadership in and asked them, did you know? Did you know? And they answered him. The other second point, which I think is very crucial and critical to highlight, is that Julius Malema feels like he's not threatened by Jacob Zuma, and he defeated Jacob Zuma. And he says something that it grabbed my attention. He says, nobody must threaten the existence of the EFF, and then that person must think that they're going to be friends with the EFF. If you misunderstand what Julius Malema is saying there, you will never understand the relationship between the MK and the EFF going forward. And your boy has got a suggestion actually on how these two parties can coexist going forward. And just to throw something in there, I thought Black Twitter was bad, but oh my goodness, TikTok. You Africans have disappointed me. I'm going to play you something from TikTok and you tell me what is wrong with us Africans. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono. And we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I'm breaking down what is left of the full interview of Julius Malema. That was where he was interviewed by Leanne. I did not like the interview style of Leanne, because I think like she looks up too much to Julius, and it came out that way, that she is the subordinate, so respectful, not pushing the boundaries in terms of the questions and everything. She just did an okay job, but I would have loved someone to sit there and interview Julius Malema very well, because the question that she was asking was general questions and about the National People's Assembly in December, how Julius Malema feels about his term ending and all of those things. I feel like she could have done well, and it's not like Titus would have done a better job anyway, but I feel like there's other people that like, for instance, Mpile Mautwe, I think she could have done a better job in the interview, but I'm not pushing down on the end. She did a good job, but I think it could have been better. So before I start with that, guys, what is going on TikTok? TikTok is a weapon that is formed to divide us Africans even further. Oh my goodness. I want to play something for you guys. Okay, let me play this. Listen to this.
When men are talking to me, those men that can keep their own, if they are talking to me, I respect them, not you No, the problem is you come here with your stupid dilemmas.
Who are you to talk to me?
You think that you are well educated and you are not educated. It starts with your name. Go and change your republic name because your republic name of HIV is an embarrassment for your country. I hope that your country finds people like you and calling to order. Because people like you need order. You need an order. You are not in an orderly state.
Keep your own. You need order.
Your mind is not in order. How do you call yourself HIV republic? You come here, you come and blah, blah too much.
We are not angry. Now you people are angry.
You come here with your lady's voice and you come and talk too much, Mr. HIV Republic. Please, do not come and disrespect us here with your shameful name. That name is too shameful. I don't respect that name. I'll never respect the name like that. Mr. HIV Republic. Go back to your Republic of Death and don't come and tell us shit here because we're not going to listen to you. We are not here.
That's enough. That's enough. Guys, I'm not a big guy on TikTok. I'm not a big guy on TikTok. I actually don't even participate that much on TikTok. I just post the videos I'm posting on YouTube. I post them on TikTok. I don't do content specially for TikTok. So I did not understand what TikTok is all about. And Zizi did warn me, say, hey, King, hey, base TikTok. The screws that are loose here. But I never took it too hard because I'm anyways never on TikTok. Even though we managed in a few months, I started TikTok I think 4 months ago to have 20,000 followers there. But this is the type of way that we Africans behave. This Nigeria versus South Africa issue is very big on TikTok. Very big. Sometimes even on Black Twitter. But this has reoccurred a few times for me to bring it up to you guys, and I'm starting to think, what am I doing on TikTok? Is that community even can you re-educate them? Can you decolonize their mind from this type of hate of Africans from other Africans? For me, it disturbed me. Really, I'm blessed to have YouTube subscribers like you guys. I'm blessed. It's not like what you call. It would have disturbed me from doing my job. But I'm just saying the level of hate that we have for one another as Africans, especially South Africa versus Nigeria, is very big. It's very big. I don't know what is who's going to come out as a savior, as someone like Ibrahim Traore, but born in one of the two countries, South Africa and Nigeria, who can stand and find an equilibrium for us to meet at one point. Nigeria fix their problems, South Africa fix their problems, and both those two African giants put together. There's no country, there's no continent in the world that can stop Nigeria if it has to team up with South Africa or vice versa. But anyway, you guys give me your thoughts on the comment section on what you think about the type of energy that you felt there. Actually, I can play more because I recorded more, but I was like, let me just stop it there. Ihlambe liphuma lapha. The vulgar language that comes out there between our you ask yourself, what is the hate? And let's see what is going to happen there. But anyway, coming back to our topic, please pardon me for that. I just wanted to highlight that Julius Malema was made aware by Floyd Shivambu in an interview with SABC, or was it not? Or was it with Season Pofu Welsh? I'm not sure. I think it was with Season Pofu Welsh that most of the leadership in the EFF already knew that Floyd was going. We know his best friend, which is his brother, who Ndlozi obviously knew. All the people in the leadership structure, looks like, except for Godrich, already knew. But let's hear how Julius Malema breaks down that answer as to how he felt about people knowing and not telling him.
I can't do that. And you know what is so shocking is that they operate as if they are smarter than us. I mean, Floyd says, and he's not lying, Floyd says there are people who knew that he was leaving, and they begged him not to tell me. But they knew, and it's true. They told me after, some of them, some of your favorites. I called them, I said, come here.
Pokey again.
And then I say, did you know Floyd is leaving? He says, yes. For how long did you know? He says, no, it's 2 weeks now. So why didn't you tell me? No, I didn't see a need to tell you. And then Floyd gets asked the same question. Why didn't you see a need to tell? Julius says, they respond the same way. I didn't see the need to inform him. And why would you say you care about the EFF? That's not what I'm saying to them. But why would you say you care for the EFF? You get told such a sensitive information. And you don't bring it to the attention of the leadership that, look, there is this thing. I'm not sure how true it is, but it's going to happen. And I said, okay, but what was your advice when that happened? I asked him if his mother prayed for him. I asked him if he prayed about it. And that's it. And then we must still come, Lien. We're human beings, man. Come on. We must still come and still be like, we are sharp, we are fine, we are together.
But you have your human...
no, but
you do
organizationally, you come, you do your work, and then you go your separate ways. And I get information from their own people on the other side, factual. That's why I've never seen a need to go witch hunt anyone and all of that. No, I tell the SG, there might be this possibility, SG, there might be this possibility. And highest, I can only share that information with him so that when it happens, I don't claim, no, I knew, but I didn't, but you see, it's lying now. So I had to bounce it with someone. And I liked what Godrich said when Floyd said, some of them knew and asked me not to tell. Godrich says, if you had told me, even if it's a joke, I would have told the president or the leadership that you made this kind of a joke. Floyd writes into his DM, says, why are you not asking me who said that and you tweet the things you're tweeting? Ask me. I'll tell you. And then I said to Godrich, leave those things. We're fine. We don't want to hear more damaging.
How strong the fabric of any organization, it depends on how people relate to the top structure. There is a big problem in people feeling, people answering you like, I did not see the need to tell you. It's like, my wife cheats on me. Everyone, all of my friends know. But they feel like it's not in their place to tell me. Because this is equal to cheating. When you want to go to another political party, it's equal to cheating. You knew about it and you did not tell me. That's why I agree with the CIC when he highlights what Godrich said. Godrich said, even if Floyd said it as a joke, he would have told him. Like Usinao, it's like you can't even joke. You can't be in the EFF or in the MK and joke and say, hey guys, I'm thinking of going back to the ANC. That's not a joke. You can't say that. You can't be in the ANC and say, I'm thinking of joining the MK, and we laugh about it. It's not a joke. It's a serious thing that must be brought to the attention of the leadership. And to show that this disturbed, because Floyd, when he said that he knew the type of character of a person that the CIC is. The CIC is a straightforward person like myself. He called them in. He said, I called them in and asked them, did you know? Did you know? Or did you know? Why didn't you tell me? And all of them answered the same way that Floyd said that I did not see the need to tell you. It's very disrespectful, guys. It's very, very disrespectful for you to be underneath any organization. You hear about news that threaten the existence or the flow of that organization, and you feel no need to tell the leader, never mind it's the CIC, but the leader of that organization, you feel no need. People in your factory are joking about putting some steel in the machinery so it can get stuck, so that the night shift must not work. And you as a worker, you hear this and you say absolutely nothing. This is threatening the flow of the factory, and you are okay with it. You see? And the confusing thing about this thing of knowing is that these people, they claim they knew, and then they claim they did not know. It confuses me, because Julius have said, listen, I knew, because Dalimpofu told me. Dalimpofu was quite open in the first place, and he said also when he sent Marshal Dlamini and what's his name, Floyd Shivambu, they came back and tell him, listen, Dalimpofu is presenting as if we are already one structure, us and the MK. He's presenting this thing is very serious. They knew, but when my problem with politicians is that when it happened and they came and they announced to the public, they acted as if they did not know. That's one thing I can't take. I can't take people that can stand in front of us and pretend. And that's the same problem that Julius Malema is sitting with. Because he says now knowing that who knew, we can't go and pretend as if everything is okay. That's the problem. That's my problem. The problem that he has with the other leadership, I have with him and everyone else that did not tell us. I mean, just say no comment, man. Don't lie to us. We're asking you, did you know that King is leaving King Said So or Paseta? And you're like, no. I was shocked when King left. 2 weeks later, you say, no, I actually knew. I was part of building, formulating this whole thing. You lied to us. That's my problem. There is no integrity with politicians. So I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But anyway, this is the reason, if you didn't know, this is the reason why there is some type of tension between Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and Untone, or Julius Malema. Because Julius feels like, if you guys know something, tell me. I'm the leader. I'm going to suffer. I'm going to carry the blow to this organization more than everyone else. So can you guys please tell me when you guys hear something? And then because they did not tell him, then the CIC is not happy. So he says, we can't pretend. He says, we can just work, you do your job. But it's not going to last with the CIC not trusting you. So that's one thing for sure. But the most important thing I wanted to highlight from you guys is the point that I'm going to say right now with Julius. Julius, number one, Julius has not forgiven Jacob Zuma for expelling him from the ANC, him and Cyril Ramaphosa. He has not forgiven those two. And because Jacob Zuma does not, because the CIC does not have a forgiving heart, he thinks other people don't have a forgiving heart also. He does not trust easily the CIC. So him saying words like, I defeated Jacob Zuma, it kind of got me confused. But let's listen to what he said exactly.
I can't be threatened by Zuma. No, I defeated Zuma. Zuma thought he buried me, expelled me from the ANC for comparing him with Thabo Mbeki, for saying there is a regime change which happened in Botswana now. I was guilty for that. I was expelled from the ANC by Zuma, and Ramaphosa was used as an instrument. So Zuma, my encounter with Zuma it's not for the first time that it is the way it is now. He's inviting me back to fight with him, and I will do it, and I will do it with ease. I'm not scared of Zuma or all of his people who are working with him. There is no way anyone is going to threaten the existence of the EFF, and that person becomes a friend. It will be a lie. We'll be lying to ourselves. People keep on stepping you at the back, and then when they meet you in public, they want to be smiling and all of that. No. Keep your distance. Let's just know we are not together. Let's do our own separate things, and let's build our own organizations. We wish everyone well. Let them go and do whatever they want to do. Many of them are known for laziness anyway.
Yeah, so somewhere, somehow, the CIC still feels that Jacob Zuma is a threat, and not necessary to him. No, CIC is quite correct to say he's not threatened by Jacob Zuma, but the EFF is threatened by the MK. That much we know is true. But him personally, he probably is not threatened by Jacob Zuma. He's quite correct in saying that. But to say he defeated Jacob Zuma, he said, I defeated Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma thought that he buried me when they expelled me. You see how deep this thing is. Language, body language, facial expression, words of expression. Like you hear what this person is saying. He says, they thought they buried me, but I came back alive with this EFF. So the CIC, all he has is the EFF. You know, he says he's inviting me to come and fight with him, and I will do it. He says I will do it because I'm not scared of Jacob Zuma. I will do it. And that is very important to highlight. He said it out of his words that Jacob Zuma is inviting him to come and fight alongside him, with him. And he says, I will do it. There's hope between the work of the two parties. I liked it so much. But he follows it up with a condition. And this, guys, listen to me. If the MK does not catch this part, what I'm going to highlight now, the friendship between the MK and the EFF is going to be, it's not going to work. The CIC says nobody can threaten the existence of the EFF and think that we're going to be friends with them. Now let me explain what this means. Let me explain how I'm receiving these words. The MK can exist because I had Samkelo, is it Samkelo Maseko, the reporter of, I'm not sure what, is he SABC reporter or newsroom, I'm not sure. But Samkelo said the MK needs the base of the EFF, and I disagree. The MK can grow without the base of the EFF. If the MK wants the base to work in the favor of the Progressive Alliance in the future. Let me try to break that one down. Let me try to break it down. The base of the EFF is educated middle class and youth. The MK, because they got rid of Bonginkosi Kanyile, they don't have a youth magnet in that party. The EFF itself does not need a youth magnet. The EFF is a youth magnet itself. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? So, listen to the words. You cannot threaten the existence of the EFF and think that we're going to be friends with you. Remembering that the EFF is all the CIC has. His whole legacy, his whole life depends on the survival of this party. So now, you can take Bo Floyd, you can take Bo Dalim Pofu. Don't threaten the base. Because if you don't threaten the base, the EFF will be able to coexist with the MK political party. Can somebody give me an amen on the comment section? The MK must take this information that King said so is saying and say, guys, how do we make sure that the EFF does not feel like we are threatening their base, but still growing as a political party. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? The strategies, I wonder these people in their meetings, what are they saying? Because if I'm the MK, I would say, guys, if all the people from the EFF come, because more are going to come, it's okay. But let's make sure that the coexistence with the EFF does not threaten their base, so that the CIC EFF can grow. Let's be more radical in focusing on this direction or this type of voters. That we know these voters love Jacob Zuma. This type of voters will work for in advantage of the MK and not necessarily the EFF. They say we are a tribal party. Let's focus on a clean sweep of KwaZulu-Natal, like a 70% type of a clean sweep for the local election and the national elections. That does not threaten the EFF. Let's focus on other provinces where the EFF is not doing well. Limpopo, KwaZulu-Natal. Let's focus on Northern Cape. You guys see what I'm trying to say? Because there is Julius Malema just gave us the condition of these two parties working together. Because he says, Jacob Zuma wants me to come and fight alongside him, and I will do it. But you can't threaten, you can't say, let me fight with you, but in the meantime, you are backstabbing me and killing my organization. So the EFF has set the condition. If I'm the MK party, I'm standing out as the Secretary General of the MK party and say, listen, EFF members, we are not trying to steal you from the party. If you leave, let it be by your own accord. Don't involve us there. There's enough members to voters to go and look out for. We don't want to be seen as if we are poaching EFF members, especially on the ground. EFF leaders, if you guys want to come, you're welcome. You guys are matured enough. But the base of the EFF, we are not going to threaten. And I know that's difficult to do because the MK also has done very well in the varsities and the colleges. Some winning them from the MK party, from the EFF, I mean, which was the EFF stronghold in 2023. So that's what I want to hear from the MK, being strategic on what Julius Malema said, being very systematic on what he said, and say, okay, even if we are aiming to take some of their voters, but what do we voice out in public so that Julius Malema cannot feel threatened by us? So those are the things that are very key, that are very key, that the MK must find that space where they can coexist with the EFF. Those are actually the only 2 points I wanted to highlight from this interview. There's many things that he said, that he's a man that is very focused on attention. He gives attention to details. The EFF buying the building next door to the building, their head office, and buying cattle and how cattle can generate an income for the EFF, because when you're doing jobs and everything, now and then you need catering and all of that, sound, all of the things that the CIC said was very nice and very welcoming. But the interview was general, very generic at best. He did not go too deep because of the interviewer. For me, I believe could have done a better job. But it's an interview, nevertheless, that gave us something in terms of how the CIC thinks everything is going to go with the national conference, some suggestions of tweaking their constitution and stuff like that. So it was a very good interview. Please go and watch the whole interview. And if you haven't subscribed to their channel, whether you're an MK or an EFF person or whatever you are, what political orientation you are, go and subscribe to the EFF podcast. You don't pay anything to subscribe. Please go and subscribe there. And make sure that you give them support, because at the end of the day, I will always voice it out that we need a strong EFF and we need a strong MK for us to take some power away from the Democratic Alliance. Or otherwise, a weak EFF that's fighting with an MK, the ANC and the DA will emerge victorious. Like I told you guys yesterday that I'm doing a video of worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is the ANC, the EFF and the MK not adding up to 51%. That's the worst case scenario, and the ANC removing themselves from the Progressive Party. But when you say ANC, then you say Patriotic Alliance, then you say IFP, then you say Freedom Front Plus, then you say what's the last one? The Democratic Alliance. They add up more than 50%, and then that's where we're going to have a problem. That the ANC might say, even if we go with the MK and the EFF, we still don't add to the 51%. Let's rather stick with our coalition with this out the right-wing parties. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and thank you so much for everyone who has donated to the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. We are doing some work. Hopefully next week, I keep on saying next week, but we have to do things right. We cannot take any risk. Thank you to the construction I almost said construction mafias, gentlemen that have contacted Baseta. We have created a new group of construction minds, people that are in the construction field that are going to assist us in terms of advice. So I'm very happy with the type of advice that I'm getting from that group. So they will be guiding and advising Baseta going forward in terms of our building project, quantity surveying, all of these big words that we don't know, but that are very important in terms of making sure that our ducks are in a row when we are building this school, and we don't make amateur mistakes as if we don't have people here. So thank you so much, very much for the response, gentlemen. I think I'll name you next time, but I know you guys. Thank you so much for helping Baseta. We need help, and that's the type of black unity that I need. I don't care whether you are a Nigerian, whatever, as long as we need you in a certain profession and you will be able to assist Baseta, I will work with you with no problem. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.